Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves. And I've been on sort of a Vaughan Williams kick lately, and so I thought I would talk about another one of my absolute favorite Vaughan Williams discs. It's on Hyperion, and it's this one. Oh, is this wonderful? It's the Corydon singers and the English Chamber Orchestra under Matthew Best doing the Serenade to music in its original version for 16 solo singers and orchestra, the 5 mystical songs with Thomas Allen, baritone, the Fantasia on Christmas carols, which is a rare work, and you'll know all the tunes, and it's lots of fun, and finally, Flos Campi, Flowers of the Field, one of Vaughan Williams' most remarkable and, even erotic pieces. Oh, it's an amazing piece. It's based on texts from the Song of Songs, and it's scored for wordless choir, chamber orchestra, solo viola, and really a remarkable piece. Extraordinary. Absolutely indefinable. Every so often, a great composer will come up with something which is completely sui generis. It's entirely what it is, and you can't describe it in relationship to any sort of other traditional form or standard, and Flos Campi is one of those. It's a piece of total, complete, utter originality that could only have come from the mind of Vaughan Williams. And when he wrote it, Holst took a look at it and said, because they showed each other's work, and it's like he didn't understand it at all. He's like, "What the hell is that? What are you doing? I don't get it." And it's really understandable because Holst's music is as emotionally cool as music can be, as often as not. Holst was not into the expression of erotic passion, but the Song of Songs is, of course, an extremely steamy text. And it's been religified to make it out to be, the love of God for his people or his something or whatever. But whatever it's about or who's doing the loving, they're doing some serious loving. Let's put it that way, And Vaughan Williams is out to express that in a series of tableaux. I think there are like 5 of them, 5 movements that are related musically. And you can't describe it any other way. You've got a chorus that's sort of moaning in the background. You've got a solo viola and an oboe that are yearning in a bitonal way. There's wonderful harmonic clashing, but not in a way that's dissonant and off-putting. It's in a way that's intense and yearning and bittersweet and just, oh my goodness, it's you want to just you're going to want to take a shower when it's over to cool off. Really an amazing piece. The other 2 pieces, the 5 mystical songs and the Fantasia on Christmas carols are they're more incidental-ish, I think. Well, actually, all the rest of the music on the disc is. The 5 mystical songs are early works. They're very, very beautiful. And I think they're early works, aren't they? Does it tell us? No, it doesn't matter. They're beautiful. And the Serenade to music. Oh, the Serenade. It was written as a present. It was a gift to, I think it was Hamilton Hardy. I'm doing all this off the top of my head, so if I get my facts wrong, please bear with me. I should have read the booklet again. I remember music. Everything else is sort of up in the air, but I think it was for Hamilton Hardy. But one way or another, it had 16 of his most, singers he enjoyed working with, and set to a text from The Merchant of Venice on, the beauty of music. It is 12 minutes of, is it 12 minutes? 12 minutes? No, 13 minutes and 34 seconds. Let's not forget the 34 seconds of the most beautiful music. It's so beautiful that it hurts. It's beyond gorgeous. It's unbelievably gorgeous. And it was so beautiful that, of course, everyone said, wait a minute, this can't just be like an occasional piece with 16 solo singers. You got to be able to, So Vaughan Williams rearranged it. He rearranged it a bunch of times. There's a version for orchestra with chorus in the place of the soloists. I think there's a version for chorus with some soloists, like 4 or something. Or that may be the same one as the choral version. I'm not sure. I get them all confused. And then there's a version just with orchestra, with no voices, which I happen to love very much because, I'm an instrumental music guy. Wherever you can get rid of the voices and just listen to it without having to worry about the words, I'm all for it. But that version is very seldom performed. There's a glorious recording of it with Vernon Handley on Chandos and maybe 1 or 2 others. But the original version for 16 soloists is certainly nothing to, sneer at if you can get the soloists. And they got the soloists. That's the point. It's just the most... this is one of those Vaughan Williams discs that the universe should have in its iPod. It really should, and it should be played constantly. I know that on Classic FM they play the Lark Ascending every 5 minutes, and that's like the world's favorite piece of classical music, according to Classic FM listeners. I find the Lark Ascending to be incredibly irritating. I want to shoot down that little sucker. I really do. It just sort of goes on and on and on with the violin going 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. It's annoying. This is the real deal. Flos, Campi, the Serenade to music, the 5 mystical songs, the Fantasia on Christmas carols even. Just glorious and indescribable music by an incredibly great composer. When I did my little talk on Sullivan as England's greatest composer, everyone said, what about Vaughan Williams? Well, he's a great composer too. You can have more than one. You can. I still think Sullivan is the greatest because of when he wrote what he wrote. But Vaughan Williams was awfully good, and nowhere better than on this gloriously performed Hyperion disc. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you, Matthew Best and the Corydon Singers. Take care.